Many of the Republicans we are profiling in our 12 in 2012 series are relatively new to the national stage. Tonight, a veteran politician who has been through the wars, gone nose to nose with a popular president, and is now considering a comeback crusade for the biggest political prize of all. Every 4 years, Iowa holds the first in the nation presidential caucuses.
Keep up the good work.
So Newt Gingrich's visit to the Iowa State Fair in August prompts an obvious question. Where are you in your thinking on 2012?
If I decide to run, it'll be because I think there's a real chance to win and help the American people reorganize this country to get it back to success again. If I just want to make noise, I can make noise without being a candidate. It's a lot less expensive.
In fact, his noise-making can be downright lucrative. Since Gingrich left Congress in 1998, he's signed on as a Fox News contributor, written 15 books, produced 6 documentaries, and made hundreds of appearances on the speaking circuit. Gingrich runs a sort of sprawling idea conglomerate that produces advice and strategy for any Republican who wants to listen, including those in the new House majority.
They have to take up repeal of the Obama health plan because their base absolutely demands it. They have to take up spending cuts, and they have to stop the tax increases.
Gingrich has the experience to know what he's talking about. He's credited with engineering one of the greatest GOP victories in modern American history. In 1994, GOP House candidates signed Gingrich's contract with America and gained 52 seats and a House majority. And Gingrich became the first Republican speaker in 40 years. From that perch, he helped force then-President Bill Clinton's sharp post-election turn to the middle.
I am very prepared to cooperate with the Clinton administration. I am not prepared to compromise.
In 1996, we reformed welfare, we reformed Medicare and saved it from going bankrupt, and we re-elected the Republicans for the first time since 1928.
But by 1998, after a politically disastrous government shutdown, an ugly impeachment battle, a messy ethics investigation, and dissension in the GOP ranks, Gingrich left the House. A few years after that, Republican lawmakers were being accused of the same bad Beltway behavior as the Democrats they defeated. Democrats took back the House in 2006. What have you learned from back then?
I think my lesson is almost the exact opposite of the Washington establishment. I think that confronting President Clinton, insisting on a balanced budget, being prepared to fight over that, convinced our base that we were serious.
Several conservative analysts say Newt is a solution-driven guy, has big ideas, but every once in a while he's a grenade thrower, and he goes too far.
You know, you have these two extremes, a party with no ideas and a party with a lot of ideas. Now, a party with no ideas gets almost no bad press because it gets no press at all. A party with a lot of ideas occasionally does things that don't quite work.
So do you regret the bombastic things you say that perhaps raise a lot of eyebrows?
Sure. Every once in a while I have to say, well, that one wasn't all that clever, was it?
If you run for president, I'll vote for you.
Now, I think as a candidate, you'd have to be more disciplined, more careful, more methodical.
If he does run, Gingrich will also have to deal with uncomfortable questions about his personal life. Gingrich admitted cheating on his second wife with a member of his staff, while leading the move to impeach President Clinton for lying about his affair with Monica Lewinsky.
This is my wife, Melissa.
Gingrich married that staffer, Callista Bisek, in 2000. There are some Republicans out there talking about a possible Gingrich candidacy who say they don't think it can happen, that you have too much personal baggage.
I think it depends on what the American people want to focus on. I think if you think the country's in trouble, if you think we need to go back to first principles in terms of the Constitution, people may say, you know, Newt's been around a long time. He's the guy who can actually fix it.
I think Newt Gingrich would love to run for president, if only to be on stage with everyone else, driving the debate, coming up with more ideas than anybody else could.
Republicans talk a lot about spending cuts. Very few have specifics.
First of all, you could go back to the discretionary spending of 2008. That gets you about $1 trillion over the next decade. I think you've got to fundamentally rethink unemployment compensation. I think it ought to become a training program. I would overhaul procurement in the Pentagon, that it's absurd to take 15 or 20 years to get a weapons system.
What do you see as the biggest national security threat right now?
Well, the biggest short-term threat is clearly radical Islamists and the fact that they methodically get up every day trying to find ways to kill us. These things are all real.
Where do you rank Iran?
Iran is a security threat because in the short run it's financing a lot of terrorism. But in the long run, they are going to get nuclear weapons at the rate things are going.
The Obama administration touts a change in tone around the world, that other countries like us better.
The North Koreans flouted their missile and nuclear capability. The president promised retribution. Nothing happened. The Iranians continue to build weapons. Nothing happens. They're playing with fire, and national security is a very dangerous area.
God bless you, Newt Gingrich.
Next time I talk to you, I'll be addressing you as Mr. President.
Mr. Gingrich, how old are you?
I'm 67. There you go. Yeah, I'm the same age Reagan was.
You're seriously thinking about 2012.
There you
You got to
go.
decide,
How are you?
How I'm doing.
is the potential to serve your country a sufficiently big opportunity that you're willing to take the heat, as Harry Truman put it, or do you need to get out of the kitchen?
Thursday, our 12 in 2012 series continues, focusing on South Dakota Senator John Thune.